Okay guys, I wanted to share with you a couple of solo drills that I found really beneficial for my guard. Now these can obviously be done anytime you like. They can give you a little bit of a warm-up, a little bit of a workout as well. But I find that they just help kind of loosen everything off, help start to teach me good body mechanics, good movements that we use a lot when we're playing guard. Okay, so first one, very simply, we're going to do a 90-90 stretch or an S stretch. So I want approximately a 90-degree angle in my knee, in my hip, and then in my back knee. And you just lean forwards. Now from here, we're going to switch to the other side. I'm going to extend my legs, bring my legs behind me, and come to here. So I'm just going from one side to the other. Okay, I actually saw this, I learned this from a guy who was doing gymnastica natural. Really nice. You can spend a little bit of time just kind of leaning over the front leg if you want to. You can also do like a 3 different positions. You can come over the front, over the shin, and then head towards the toes. Switch the legs, come to the other side, same thing. Go to the knee, to the shin, and then towards the toes. And you keep switching back and forth. The other thing you can do is you can switch those legs, and now you can elevate your hips forwards here. And then do the same thing. Switch the legs here, and I'm trying to bring my foot over the top, or my hips over the top of my foot. Okay, again, it's really nice, simple little movement. I find that it starts to open out my hips, but also open up my knees as well. Okay, you just keep going from one side to the other. So that's the first one, very simple drill. Okay, it starts to open out the hips, the knees, really well. Second one is just a basic back roll. Okay, and I do this in a couple of different ways. So first one, all I do is, like you'll see, I just throw my legs back and I stretch them out in front. Okay, just going back and forth as very relaxed. Okay, this is one variation. I find that if you can't touch your toes to the ground, that's absolutely fine. Okay, if you only get to here, that's cool. Gradually work it through. Okay, the second variation is you can start to go wide with your feet and then wide in front as well. Okay, and this is kind of nice little kind of mobilization for both your hamstrings, your hip flexors, okay, but also your back as well. The other one that you can do is like a stiff leg variation. Okay, so you bring your legs stiff and then you bring them down in front stiff. Okay, the other thing you want to do, you can start to use your breath a little bit. So as I go back here, I can breathe out. I breathe in, and then I breathe out. Okay, so it can be quite a nice little flow to work that as well. Okay, and this is again really nice. One thing that you want to start getting used to though, particularly for your guard work, is keeping your knees close to your chest. So as you go back, keep those knees in, and then touch from there. Okay, it's important whenever we're playing guard, we want to close this space off. Okay, so if I'm learning the whole time, like I'm keeping this open and using like a lot of spine and flexibility, like I want to learn to keep this in as much as I can and still be up on my toes. Okay, so that's actually one of the things that I'll do as well, is I'll get to here and I'll focus on keeping my knees, or like my knees into my elbows, and then I'll just start to like pulse my legs out, but keeping my knees tight to my body. Okay, so I'm getting into this position, and then I'm just using my legs out here, trying to keep this as tight as I can. The other thing I'll do is I'll try and drop my, so I'll hold on to my feet, okay, and then I'll try and drop my hips down towards the ground. Okay, so I'm trying to keep my hips pinned, keep this space hidden, and then get my hips lower down as much as I possibly can. Again, it's to develop that flexibility that we want in guard. Okay, so that's the second one. The third one is like a triangle variation. Okay, so everybody learns this minor movement here of just working the triangle, like switching from side to side. It's obviously really important. But what you want to start doing is getting used to lifting your hips up and catching. Okay, so as opposed to just doing the leg work, like so, and not really paying any attention, like elevate your hips and then catch into the triangle. Elevate your hips and catch into the triangle. The other thing I'm not doing is I'm not using my hands, and I'm not letting my feet go to the ground. So I'm really forcing my core to work. Like we use this hip lift kind of movement a lot when we're playing guard, for like sweeps, for all kinds of different things that we use, so we need to develop it. And this is just a great way to practice kind of 2 things at once. So I'm elevating, like lifting my hips up. So my knees come in towards my chest, I lift them up, and I can just catch into a triangle. Okay, you can start switching from side to side. You can practice this pulling movement, which again is quite important for a lot of submissions where we break the person's posture down. But again, it works really well. So get used to that elevation of lifting your hips up to catch into the triangle position. Okay, the final one is like a variation. It's another kind of one to improve your spine, hamstring flexibility. It's like a berimbolo roll. But the way that we start it is very simply, I'm just trying to go up onto my shoulder. Okay, so as opposed to leaning back, my head's going to go forwards, trying to go underneath my leg as much as I can. I come up onto the shoulder and I just rest here. Okay, and then I do the same thing the other side. I lean forwards towards my leg and elevate up. Yeah. Okay. So if I do it this way, I'm not leaning to the side or straight to the side. I always go forward, so my head is coming towards my toes, and I elevate up into this direction, just dropping onto the other side. Okay, same thing over here. As you get a little bit more flexible, you can start bringing this leg all the way over the top, and it becomes a little bit more like a butterfly sweep type movement. The other thing that you can do is bring this leg around this direction, okay, which is like a guard defense movement, guard retention movement. So I'm rolling, same movement, I'm coming underneath, but now I bring my knee in towards my shoulder here, and then circle my foot around. Okay, so I drop, and then circle. Okay, drop, and then circle. It's the same as if someone's trying to pass your guard, you're elevating and bringing this foot inside to prevent them coming. Okay, or prevent them passing for you. So the final stage of that as well, that I'll often do is once I'm like my back's relatively warm, I'll go upside down, I'll touch all the way over, and then come out to the other side. And it's just a very simple way again to start warming up your spine, getting it nice and loose. The better you are at it, or the more flexible you are, like the closer your feet can stay together. So if I try to pin my feet towards the ground here, and I want to get that very limited movement in my feet, so my feet pretty much stay on the same spot. Okay, so that's 4 basic drills, but they really start to, start to loosen off your back, your hips, your knees as well, and your hamstrings that we use so much when we're playing guard. And again, you can do these at any point. They're really, really simple. You can do them when you're, start a class, end a class, whatever you like, but just get some practice out of it. Okay, so hopefully you guys found that useful, found that a little bit interesting. I'll do another one of these again soon.